This poem is a country poem, and it's called "Gunshot Wedding." Savannah smiles when sharpened blows of wind go against a grain of corn. Dust smells of rain, buried deep, as spade unearthed deadly stairs abound, being white as sheets, billowing clouds. Paths meet in trail of tears, past pulpit, flowering scream of maidens in a row, with get up and go, when Badlands posse hold up nuptial, and a gunfight shattering forever hold thy peace. On any given Sunday would be tempter cause my downfall, as better half lies crumpled in a heap. Now a weapon is on my person at all times. With an unborn child, I am on hand and knees, scrubbing floors of a barn raised house. Our great indoors had all the makings of homemade spread of quilts and stuffy old chairs that rock you to sleep, along with the old trappings of bears and deer that adorn feet. This is a place where Savannah smiles when tomorrows never stop for unforgiving days. The end. This poem here is about a shoe salesman, and the title of the poem is Shoe Salesman. In the blink of my eye, they ask why all the tears. And watching overhead, I see that the spiders have the drop on me in a house pronounced dead, buried under rubble. And a hard boiled sun beams little rays of hope where while I beat oranges to a pulp before juicing up. No one could fall no one could tell false hope kept me going. Oh, the promises that are never kept as I wept. Some feet run to badness, others for good, and the restless legs gave me the runaround as I lay sprawled under sheet, asleep to a black hole sun. And I dreamed of a window sharp boom, with hundreds tapping on a see-through glass. I land on my feet after getting out of bed, wondering what she wore. Was it pumps, flats, or boots with that negligee? She sees the beautiful in the ugly, taking shoes from the humble to the regal, making them street illegal in boudoir. Boy, I'm on her toes, kissing them like no other shoe shine should. The end. This poem here is about a sailor, so I guess you could say it's a ditty. It's called Seascape Escape. Long last sea always welcomes me, giving chests of diamonds, ears to pearls, and gold that mold our love of ecstasy. And the kettle's hot and heavy, and the boots spit and shine, and toes licked to be kind by millstone wives who are pitched into the sea with clink of our mugs, so they live precariously, being second to our mistress, Lady of the Sea. And the stars alone guard me as I kept watch on the face of water truly deep. And up the down waves roll on by under cloud to a fog as sky sees fit to fly hang 'em high skull and bones. And eyes spy land, maybe an end to finding in where on gleam of candle lights my ship, where crew is blessed by cross-dressing preacher, loaded down with 30 silvers in his fists. Pray for them, brother. Maybe we get good tidings yet from the sea, our love. The end. This one is titled Good Moon Rising. The night is young, and a tequila sunshine makes a bedroom live up to its name. And the night blacked out, quickly falling to sleep, spent in dreams. I have been missing, and no one is looking for me. It was enough to give up fame. Hard to hear, do I know you again and again. I talked of times gone by, preaching love by helping others in need of heart, shedding light on held back tears, never asking why, be thankful when someone cares. We live for our generation gap jeans, its hold up scenes, make a scene, but not like my body piercing scream of bloody red roses. And I bend down as a rose flower dress, let it rip, torn between blue denim sky and a down to earth jean, both tossed about on clothesline, letting it all hang out. We run barefoot before dark through forgive and forget me nots park. The night is young. The end. This one is about a people living in an apartment, a young couple, and it's called Teardrop Petals. Big L train, easy roll past tumbler on the rocks, rocking and rolling to musical radio turn low. And the eggs take a beating, settling stomach when it's not all cracked up to be drunken raw. Happiness hangs over me, an easygoing fella that looks on bare beauty, nakedness to the bone. You are loud with sassy red and neon brights. Now you sport olive drabs and fatigues for tired of living. I'm proud to be homegrown American as they come. I hear acapella whistling wind and humming thing answering nature's call to sing. And the countless flowers open in your hand to withstand crushed feeling from you. And the cold from lying alone, I'm awake with night terror after love me little, love me lot falls floor. And the daylight opens eyes to lovely horrors that you ignore. So don't play dumb when mutes are speechless and the deaf hear about it and the blind see what's going on. As a honeydew is chopped to hell as we argue, honeydew this, honeydew that. Our do not disturb sign disturbs the peace, an ominous warning for others to stay clear when love is still dear. The end. This one here is called Ending of the Beginning. Every building has a story, a diary of your life. If walls could talk, tales would flow. Under the tree, you're pining for home, and the goodness knows fire engine red delights gifted child, while mix and match socks are ignored. And the cuckoo clock wraps up the hour, transforming days to come. And the hurricane lamp takes summer by storm, lightning flashing, going with the wind. I will shut those windows before a gale has blown off the roof. We won't be happy at that. And the baby is carried under my heart as I tend grandma, clearing cobwebs from her mind. She chews on uncertainty, spatting out snuff where trouble boils on a pot-bellied ironclad stove, and a heart was set on leaving, dropping everything to live better in another life. I ask if you're man enough to stay, but the car keeps him driven. Crazy and drunk, the crunk was smashed in a bar, crying sweet and salty tears in a glass of bottled up love. He never owned the road. It took him that night. The end. This one, this poem is called Fountain Leaks of Weed. The toothpick picks its way across sun-colored teeth. I never lift a finger because porch picketing rail hold up my feet fast asleep, and a sun-kissed rubber tulip tire and wind-tossed pie pan adorn old world garden, and the corn-tasseled crops needs rain, as do shrinking Violet, my wife. And the throats are rewarded with cold ones being served, to hands muscling up, keeping the body fantastic, and a bandana is soaking sweat. Would you look at the time, pulling rickety chair, rocking back and forth, Kitty snatching bit of knitted hair, and the wife's homebound feet flip flop bunny ear as flowers bloom a room on her greenhouse dress covering moon colored albino skin. And I hear a squeegee wipe sun streaked window of swatted fly pressed to heaven. And old Betsy, my shotgun, lies across lap, where Clucker clock, the rooster crow, many times this day, disturbing twitching tail of fox looking at me. And when the lights go out, the sequin sky dresses down a dungaree scarecrow, sparkling dewdrops from night to noon. The end. Now, this one is about the Holocaust, and I think it's a very important poem. Um, it's called Star of Courage. Tickets, please. Begin at the end of the line for those gaining passage among dark torches. I wait when whistles stopped us dead in our tracks before turning back to walls welling people. I'm a runaway from atrocity, a place encamped in fear, and holocaustic jewelry is worn to the bone, where people are a waste of skin. I rub my shivering, emaciated hand for life because clothes are scarce. All aboard, from depot to attic, eye popping monocle, fill up Venetian blind, pulled down after hearing all about it from a refugee giving his word. And the evil mesmerizes its right to speak, to act, foretelling existence of hide and seek for us, but later for them. A father is calling, gathering his children, questioning God as time wanders past their windowless stall. Mama did not like people ripping off her spun hair, so she wrote a diary with locks, and something stayed in the tomb of bare books. So no more lies about what happened to her, said the little boys, crossing finger behind backs, not hoping to die. He answers what needs to be said about what they cannot see, talking in fear and swearing, may the devil take me before they touch my kids. And the whistle top screams, letting off steam for them. And a captive audience danced, jumping Hail Hitler and goose step around his sub squadrons SS, waving us on, as a long train of people express a cry that go on forever. The end. I like this poem here too because it's a country poem. It's about a horse. Okay, it's called Where the Heart Is. Darkness befell Limberlegs, deepening distance behind me, with whip-chide grappling hooves below pulled nose, and a fear-rolled eyes cross-faced for a moment as a fleeting shore come near. We bedded down for May December nights before day of this year. A switch-tail flicker a flame's wind, drawing a bloodsucker from back of the neck and woods. And the early rise give blend of treed sunlight on me. And a Virginian deer stood dried fruit upright, pawing trail mixed tracks of other turning back. And on the shore, a sandwich grin of egg and bacon is eaten and watered down and sinking filling, rising from streamlined weight of chin, deepening distance before swim. And Limberleg's backpack saddle again, tail whipping wind, as a six-wheeler lay idle and a timbre of voice fell with mine, asking where I be heading, while he hauled ass, fixing tire, edging berm. "'Tis that so? You're purty near Gothic Fork Road, having turn of the century, with overall good folks having tar and feather birds roosting trees. The town clock slowly executes time, pendulum quickening life from home, where a pit of stomach is fed, Alma Mae's boy kettle, warming as I speak. And the necktie sleigh bells rung in the year, with Limberleg's yellow path twinkling new morning. Limberleg's friendly pats stopped when the death-chilled sunlight stung hands, as teeth-bitten mitten buried face, where a snowboy lay still, impaled by a broom-whacked icicle. And the window's icy stare breaks the silence between us, when a good talking to travels a long way for those in the day, putting to bed grave fears, dabbing tears at last while holding quilted blanket for limber legs. The end. Now, this poem is about a young boy. He's about 5 years old, I believe. He's in the hospital. So it's called My Life. I was stoned on morphine drip, eternally rocked in sleep, and an armful of leaves twirling dreams, maple flowering, seeding autumn. And a leaf lands on seal where a dream reveals their true feelings as the tongue tied fight for words, pray for future deliverance. And the hours during time are found wanting as the sprinkling of laughter among cemetery pastures lay me down to sleep. Next to me, a beloved is found living beyond death in his sweetheart's locket. And a drooling tears, a homesick dog rescues me, where waking is taking me back in the day before bedridden loud set up house on him. And a mom's Mexican hairless and a naked cat frown when tummy tickles by mummy kiss my navel with stuck out tongue, bursting seams of this little one, whose make a wish meant having fun. The hospital visits will be long, while stays are short, so they say. I am 5 and not much alive when death threatens me. Hold my hand as I go, like crossing the street, slow for the first time. I'm not doing well, but you keep asking me how I feel. And the balloons of inflation are inflated, gathering tether near my bed with the cost of living worth giving for me. And raising my head with bed causes back pain stretched to the limit. And a drugged water and food tray wait on me to eat and drink sweetly. I push it aside so very neatly. They look around, talking abruptly, sometimes in silence. I know. My eyes are closed, wishing they would go. The doctor and nurse who poke and probe. Now that really gets under my skin. Those needles. And some come and look on, wishing great things. So I say nothing with great pains, and that will do. And the itty bitty body lies here for you, held limp up to chest, swaying so. Hold my hand as I go. The end. This is a Southern poem, and it's a Deep South. It's called Deep South. I look at my first years with childlike beginnings, and with a sheepish grin I stir awake, beast to your heart, counting on sheep, leaving everything in the Lord's hand. Specks are before I for letters of men. Tears come when mail is open, not read by illiterate beings. Black collectibles, house slaves for one thing. Some are brave when the blue dawn become uniformly gray, suited to rain mocking Beulah lamb that's gone lately to the dogs, and the hounds hunting us down. My wistful wisteria home stretched for miles, despite hysteria of losing ground, as the help be roughing it, making the best of their shaggy bark cabin in the dirt. And they move heaven from earth before locust years descend, weeding out the barely green. We sweated it out here with metal taking a cotton to boll weevil, and mine and my field hands got together while tobacco is rolled into one. We were jawing the gums on nothing special, and I dreamed of being a lanky Yankee soldier boy wannabe. But I had no claim or call on good prospects when I pick at them, and our glimmering hope vanishes downstream where nothing pans out. So we played like real cowboys and Injuns. And the day is still a blast in our boomtown gone bust, making everyone have second thoughts of leaving us. It has drawn a horse doctor, who's a mite young, and a preacher man that saves 4 beastly men on charges from hell in their cell. Blood is on their hands, and Fetch has fed them bones, thrown to the ground, as others hounds yelp slobbering sniffles. We had them on the run, mind you. Now the going is steady, getting. Hey, you know you got right in the middle of my thing. Okay, come on, hush. Blood is on her hands, and Fetch is fed them bones, thrown to the ground as other hounds yelp slobbering sniffles. We had them on the run, mind ya. Now the going is steady, getting back in the saddle after the war. The flat irons are in the fire, straightening out lovers' quarrel, hair and opponent pearl as the tea takes leaf, making our cup run over. And the tipping hat with "Excuse me, ma'am" is said again, as a parting word moved more hills than a mountain. The end. And my last poem is called And Baby Makes. And Baby Makes Noise. It's your turn tonight to walk into the wall before midnight. And ever wonder what will happen to us when the months move on every day, turning weeknight? Here is a room where lightning strikes, flash a naked bulb, candle lit. An electrifying moment gleam afar as the lightning pounds the sky, where rolling blackouts cartwheel stars across a crib. But now the sky is falling with rain, beating down cheeks, soaked skin, a washed, clinging, smelling urine. And the eyes soften, going closed with our mingling tears, and the throats burn like lava, erupting a mouthful of barfing hot java. I know what you did last night, smoothing out my nerves while ironing out the shirt this morning. We started building hope, a night care center where Wake Up My Airplane is sung to the arms that move across the crib, grabbing the sky for its hue of blues. You'll be patting back after spit up a hiccup with baby legs attached to hips. And my girl's gal's best friend with time on her hands and smile that expands is musing to amuse me. She told me, you know that the most sought after are the hard spoken for when you are at loss for words. So hang on to your babe, and baby makes silence the end.